Well, you don't know. All these resolutions and crap we gotta do.
just got my usual Christmas tree.
Good morning. It is December 16th, 2025, and the Brazos County Commissioners Court will come to order. Today, leading us in our invocation and pledge of allegiance is Commissioner Wanda Watson.
Good morning, as we bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to come together in this season of joy and hope. As we gather, remember the true meaning of Christmas, the gift of your Son, Jesus Christ, who brings light into our world. Bless our time together with unity, kindness, and purpose. May our words be filled with encouragement, our hearts with gratitude, our actions with love. Guide our discussions so that they will honor you and strengthen our bonds. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Commissioner Watson. Moving to agenda item number 2, call for citizen input and concern. Today we have 3 citizens signed up. First up would be Christine Shimmick. Ms. Shimmick, thank you for being here today. Please state your name and the precinct you reside in.
Give me just a minute. Okay. Christine Shimmick, Precinct 2. Good? I haven't been here in a while. I need to remind myself. Okay, so I am actually talking about agenda item number 3, which I did not realize was there was a difference between discussion and action, and it was explained to me, and I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm talking about the complete street plan presentation for Brazos County, and this is for, I'm just going through the slides. There are 5 slides. Slide 1, title. Slide 2, complete street plan. There's a discussion of a complete street plan for South College Avenue, and this is to make the street accessible, safe, and comfortable for all users. This street has been torn up for about 3 years, and now we are hearing about a plan. Okay, TTI estimates cost of $300,000. MPO has $175,000. There's $40,000 committed from each Bryan College Station and A&M. This brings us up to $295,000. But today's presentation is a request for an additional $40,000 from the county. So exactly what does $300,000 buy us? And I believe Mr. Rudge is requesting the additional amount. So is he asking, originally when I read it, I thought it was for the $5,000, but he's asking for more than $300,000. So how much more than the $300,000 estimate is needed to complete this road? What does the word participate mean for Brazos County? Do they provide an operationalized definition that is both accurate and precise, free of narrative and what I call double speak language? For example, is it a plan or is it a study? If it has been studied 4 times, do we really need another study? What are the parameters and limits for this roadway? Okay, the limits and specific implementation plans are not even mentioned. And how much money, where would the money come from? Okay, there's an oversight committee, slide 4. So who will be responsible for these members? And do we really need another committee to add to the many existing 3-letter alphabet soup agencies we already have? Project fiscal management would be handled by Brazos County. That's also slide 4. So what is fiscal management? We need an exact definition, completely operationalized with parameters. And so, because, for example, what's next? What can we expect next from this budget need? Will we need to increase the workload of an employee to manage the spending? And then slide 5 asks for a commitment of $40,000 and to provide 4 names to serve on the oversight committee for Brazos County. So mostly my questions are, what do we get for $300,000, and how much more will this cost, and how much of the county resources will be needed in addition to trying to fix this road, which again has been torn up for at least 3 years? Thank you.
Ms. Schimmick, thank you so very much. The court now calls Kathy Viens. Kathy, good morning and welcome. Please state your name and the precinct you reside in.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. Kathy Viens, Precinct 4. I usually come up and make complaints and point out problems, but today I wanted to commend Commissioner Brown because he fulfilled his promise made here in court to be made available to constituents, and I greatly appreciate that. Not only did he take my call in his office on Friday, but he was there Friday afternoon in his office and was willing to answer any questions that I had. And so I'm so grateful, and it reinforces at least a little bit of my hopes that people are doing what they're supposed to do. So I thank you, Commissioner Brown. I also wanted to reiterate my compliments to the IT department that was able to successfully add to the website to enable constituents to look up who their commissioners are. I asked for that for over a year, and it has been there for a couple months now, I think, but I just wanted to reiterate a kudos to them. I think most of you are aware of the brouhaha going on with the election primary for the GOP, and I just wanted to point out to you that Cindy Wiley has been coming to this court every week for the last 3 years, and nearly every single time she has come to this court, she has asked the court to reevaluate the process that elections are administered in this county. And had this court decided not to kick the can down the path, these things wouldn't be a problem right now. So I just wanted to point that out, and if you need reminders of what Cindy Wiley has been proposing, I think you can find them in nearly every single minutes for every meeting for the last 3 years. I also wanted to remind the court that she asked last week that a task force be set up to examine our election data system to ensure its integrity, and I would implore the court to add that to next month's agenda, at least as a task, set up a task force, set up a workshop, something along those lines. And I also wanted to remind the court that you are going to be, I'm hoping that in January, the agenda will include the division of department heads to the commissioner precincts. Thank you.
Mrs. Viens, thank you so much. The court now calls Michelle Hall. Michelle, welcome. Please state your name and the precinct you reside in. Good morning.
Michelle Hall. I think I'm in Precinct 1. This is the first time I've been in this building since it was a Baptist church, but it will not be my last. I came to introduce myself today. I started working election. Actually, I have been a fairly passive political participant until I wasn't, and started volunteering to work elections. Out of the gate, I was an alternate judge, and then when I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. When our county chair needed to step out for personal reasons about 6 months ago, he tapped me to be the replacement. So I have a lot to learn. One thing that's benefited me the most was having worked 3 or 4 elections locally and working as an alternate judge. So I got to see up close and personal how our elections work. I frankly don't understand what the uproar is about ballots here. We are primarily Republican-led in the county, in both cities. I am not aware of fraudulent activity being brought out in the public. I am in great support and respect of our local election administration, and I just wanted to introduce myself. I'll be back. Thank you.
Ms. Hall, thank you so much for being here today. Moving to agenda item number 3, presentations and/or discussions. There are 2 on the agenda today. The first one, the presentation of the Government Finance Officers Association Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting to the Brazos County Auditor's Department. Miss Marcy Turner.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Marcy Turner, County Auditor. The Government Finance Officers Association has awarded the Certificate of Achievement in Excellence in Financial Reporting to Brazos County for its annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ending September 30th of 2024. The report has been judged by an impartial panel to meet the high standards of the program, which includes demonstrating a constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate our financial story and motivate potential users and user groups to read the report. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. This is the 37th year that Brazos County has received this Certificate of Achievement. This award is a result of the diligence, professionalism, and excellence of the staff of the County Auditor's Office. And it is very important that the other 10 members of my office be named. Our Director of Accounting, Megan Mason, Director of Internal Audit, Brian Pratt, Assistant Auditors, Amy Bates, Connie French, Thomas Hickman, Rosa Lozana, Tommy Ritchie, Cheryl Rushing, and Diana Talley, and Accounting Assistant Ellen Lemons. Each staff member, I'm going to make them stand, and they're going to hate this, but please stand. Each staff member has, on average, 12 years of service at Brazos County, and on average, 18 years of experience in accounting. 4 assistant auditors have more than 20 years with Brazos County, and 7 assistant auditors have over 20 years of accounting experience. This is a dream team, and I am very fortunate to lead them. We take great pride in this award as we take our role very seriously to accurately report the county's finances to the public.
Ms. Turner, thank you, and to the entire team. Well done. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Barbara wants a photograph, so would you all please come forward?
I think they're going to hate you for making them stand up. They're
What?
really going to hate me.
Are we going to stay up here?
Stand.
Are we tall enough to remain?
Chuck,
Now
stand
go
up.
get a box.
Yeah, I'll get there.
So in the
Oh,
middle.
we're
Wait on the
good.
last first.
Okay, a little more like you like each other.
Thank you all
Awesome.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Robert.
See y'all back next year at 38.
There you go.
Unfortunately, they got to go back to work.
Yeah, they got a lot of auditing to do.
No, Barbara.
For our second presentation on complete streets plans for Brazos County by Dan Rudge, Executive Director of the Bryan College Station MPO. Dan, thank you for being here this morning.
Good morning.
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. For those of you that don't know, a Metropolitan Planning Organization is a federally required local transportation planning organization. It is funded completely through federal funds. And
Dan, I may ask you to, your height and that mic are not working out this morning.
how about if I do this?
The bad news is we just congratulated the audit department. The former auditor is the one that shortened that podium by 4 inches when she knocked the wheels off.
All right.
He can turn the volume up so you don't have to lean over like an old man.
Oh, that's okay. I'm an old
Thank
man
you.
anyway. So, so the MPO is a federally required organization. We are completely funded by the federal government. We do plans and programs primarily, well, only in Brazos County. And one of the plans and programs we have in our Unified Planning Work Program is to do a complete streets plan in and around Texas A&M University. So we've identified the South College College Avenue corridor as one in which many of the students who live in the city of Bryan use to access Texas A&M University. So the limits for the project on College Avenue would be from University Drive to Villa Maria Road, which would incorporate most of where the students live in the city of Bryan. We would like to make sure that we put together, it's a new federal buzzword called a complete street. And what that means is that all road users, whether it be a bicyclist, a pedestrian, a car, a freight vehicle, a bus patron, that they all feel the same level of safety, comfort, and access. And to give you an example of what is not a complete street, even though it looks like one, if you can think about Texas Avenue near the HEB and Holloman, there is a sidewalk there. Nobody uses it because it's right next to the roadway, and the comfort level is too low. So in a complete streets plan, we try to increase that comfort level so people will actually use it. It's required now as part of the federal government, and we think the South College, College Avenue corridor is the primary corridor to start with in Brazos County. We will also be looking at grade separations along University Drive. That's been looked at several times, but nobody's ever come up with an actionable plan about which one comes first, how do we pay for it. So that would also be a part of this plan. And as the citizen mentioned, we've studied each one of these roadways 4 times with ideas, but we've never come to a consensus of this is what we're going to do. And this is what we want this plan to do, is to say, this is what we're going to do on these 2 roadways. They've been prioritized as the 2 most important roadways, 2 of the most important roadways in Brazos County, and therefore we think it's important that we look at that. So the MPO gets funding from the federal government, and when we don't spend all of our money, we're allowed to keep what's called a carryover fund. We currently have about $175,000 left in our carryover fund. So we will be applying as much of that as we need to for this particular plan. TTI estimates the cost of doing this kind of a plan at $300,000. And so we've asked each one of the affected jurisdictions to put up a $40,000 match. My presentation today is to make that request to Brazos County. And what does that get you? Well, each jurisdiction gets to appoint 4 members to the Planning Steering Committee. The MPO, which is putting up their funds, will use its Technical Advisory Committee to review the plan as well. So we want folks that represent Brazos County and the different types of users of those 2 roadways to be able to provide comments as we work through the plan with consultant. Every plan needs a champion, so I was voluntold that I would be the champion for this plan. The project put out an RFQ through Brazos County back in November, and we are reviewing the final 2 proposals. We had an absolute dead heat tie, even if we took it out to the 4th decimal point. So we will be having interviews with the 2 remaining consultants in January. The project would be handled by, well, she was here, Amy Bates, in the auditor's office. Oh, she's over there. She's hiding on me. And so what I'm looking for today is whether or not you have an interest in being a part of this plan. It's a $40,000 local match, and you get to provide 4 names, and these are some names of people or the types of people we would be interested in having on the steering committee. I can assist you in recommending names if you need me to. I know advocates in the disabled community and the business community, et cetera, but that would be completely up to you as to who you select. And with that, I will take questions. Now, I will tell you that the grade separations on University Drive, we have some concepts for those, and we're just looking for somebody to tell us this one makes the most sense to go first. And we're also having the consultant work with us to try to establish public-private partnerships, since the university owns the land on one side and the rest is owned by private property owners, some of which have come to me and said, I'm ready to redevelop, but we need to have some kind of idea of who's going to be first, who's going to be second, and who's going to be third.
Correct. Mr. Rhodes, thank you. We do have some questions. Commissioner Brown.
Your first statement was that this is federally funded. So how did we become part of the mix, the three entities?
Right, so typically when you do a plan with federal funds, they look for a local match. The other reason we are asking for funds from local governments and Texas A&M is that it directly affects their constituents, and in your case, your tax base. Since this area is one of the fastest redeveloping areas in Brazos County, and we have some opportunities to do some interesting financing in that area so that we can create these grade separations to get students along and across University Drive and potentially free up the roadway for vehicles instead of students trying to cross the roadway.
And if I read that correctly, and I hope I didn't interrupt Commissioner Brown, you said the City of Bryan, City of College Station, and Texas A&M University have already agreed to this and passed the resolution?
Yes.
Through their county?
They have. I don't know if they have passed the resolution yet, but they have already received an ILA and are working through that with me at this point.
Perfect.
And we would not start study until February 1st.
Thank you. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Rhodes? Mr. Condor.
Are you referring to basically like pedestrian over?
On University Drive, it would either be underpasses or overpasses on University Drive. The concepts, the problem we have is we have 7 concepts. Texas A&M likes one, City of College Station likes another, and the City of Bryan likes a third. And so we kind of have to figure out.
We need our money and we need to break the tie.
Yeah. But yes, it would be overpasses or underpasses.
Are they so dissimilar that you can't find a way to merge them in terms of picking best parts of all of them?
Because of the uniqueness of each one of the locations,
Okay.
we can't apply different.
So it's not just one continuous?
No, we tried that back in 2017. We did one continuous one, which would have suppressed University Drive and allowed it to be a bridge deck, basically, with a tunnel going underneath. And the cost of that was more than the cost of construction for State Highway 6.
Wow.
And Dan, have you shared these concepts with the entire court?
I have not, and I can make them available.
That would be very much appreciated.
So we can see what the different iterations are. We may have our own. There may be a fourth.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there was a study that the MPO funded back in 2017 to look at different concepts, and then TxDOT did their own study to look at some additional concepts. And so there's a lot of confusion out there about which one is which and which one should we do and all of that. So.
Excellent. Commissioners, any further questions for Mr. Rudge? There being none, Dan, thank you so much for being here for that presentation.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Moving to agenda item number 4, Resolution 25-020, recognizing Mary Box for her outstanding and dedicated service to Brazos County.
Right in the front.
You're in the perfect spot.
You're doing great. You're almost there. Yeah, but you might want to turn around and face those guys. We've got your back.
Well, Mary, thank you for being here. Thank you, more importantly, for your dedicated service. So with that, resolution honoring Mary Box. Whereas in August of 1988, Mary Box began her service with Justice of the Peace, Precinct 3, through April 1997 as Chief Clerk. And whereas in October of 1999, Mary Box began her service with Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1 as Chief Clerk. And whereas Mary Box has proven to be a dedicated employee and community servant with the utmost compassion and integrity, always serving the community first, dedicating her career to serving the citizens of Brazos County as a whole. And whereas Mary Box has decided to retire effective December 31st, 2025. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Commissioners Court of Brazos County take this opportunity to honor Mary Box and thank her for her 35 years of service to Brazos County and to wish her the very best in her retirement. Duly adopted by a vote of Commissioners Court of Brazos County, Texas, on the 16th day of December 2025. Mary, thank you and God bless.
Move for approval.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side. Congratulations.
Yay,
You are
Mary.
welcome to speak. Please go to the microphone.
Thank you to everybody. It has been a wonderful ride. I really, really have enjoyed my job. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. So Brazos County has been awesome to me.
Just keep your phone on, these guys.
So how are those guys down at JP1 gonna find things with you gone?
He said, how are they gonna find things with you
I
gone?
know, right? I told Judge, lose my digits, but he can keep them.
Judge Kitty Elliott could be your family person, how much
Do we need to go down for a photo?
Yeah.
Let's go down.
Everybody.
Frank's on top of it.
No, Marcia's on top of it.
May I say
I said Marcia's on top of it. He said Fred's on top of it. I said,
to his family in your thoughts and prayers?
Yes.
I really need them right now. If you will, please. Thank you.
We're gonna come down and take a photo with you, if you would let us.
I sure will. All these beautiful folks up here, definitely.
If you're calling us beautiful, you do need to retire.
My old age. Thank you, sir. Thank you all so much. They're asking me to ask you, how many JPs have you served? She's in your precinct. Okay. Yes, if we have time, I will be thrilled to tell y'all my story. Can I talk while we're taking pictures?
Absolutely. We go this way?
Yes. You come with you. I started with Judge, I don't know if y'all remember Judge Michael Callahan. He hired me back in '88. Does anybody remember Judge Mike Callahan? Yes. Okay, and then I got hired by Judge Boyette. Everybody remembers Judge Boyette. Then I did have to leave my husband's job, so I left for a couple of years, came back. And I started with Judge Charles Ellis. I don't know if you'll remember Judge Ellis. So I did work for him, and then Judge McClary. So I worked for Judge McClary the longest, 12 years. And then he decided to retire, so now I'm with Judge Elliott. 6 years for Judge Elliott.
Work.
Amazing judges and wonderful bosses. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't, if I didn't have those bosses. They're awesome. They were awesome. I've been so blessed. I can continue to say that over and over.
Sounds to me like you made a lot of people look good.
Yep. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. God bless y'all. Take care. Oh, wow. I'm amazed. Thank y'all so much.
We have her retirement party on our calendar. At least I do.
Moving to agenda item number 5, consider and take action on the following.
Move for approval A and B.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? Commissioner Brown, we do have citizen input on this action as well.
Judge, Silas Garrett is one of those people that have been elected or will be elected to the District Board of Directors, but he has also filed to run as county chair for the Republican Party. So if he were to win, he would need to step down from this seat.
Correct.
So just as long as we know that.
As long as we have an asterisk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Council, is there anything we need to do to proceed? Not at this time?
Not at this time, Judge.
Just duly noted. Excellent.
Yes, sir.
So we have a motion and a second. The court now calls Christine Schimmick. If you'd have given me the nod, I could have forgot, but we appreciate you being here. Ms. Schimmick, thank you, and please state your name and the precinct that you reside in.
Christine Schimmick, Precinct 2, and I didn't say good morning last time, so good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm talking, agenda item number 5. What I want to do is look at, identify some potential hazards with what is happening with these appraisal districts and taxes, because that seems to be a really hot topic coming up. So I want to make sure everyone's aware of looking at this idea of the consequences of having an appraisal district. The appraisal district issues bonds. The bonds are issued based on property values set by the Central Appraisal District. If the Central Appraisal District is over appraising property values, and if the appraised values are being used by banks to establish the value of the bonds, and if the bonds are sold to investors based on the bank's values of the bonds based on the over-appraised values, then this is not a good thing, and it's actually, that reaches the federal level. Candidates should be considered based on their expert knowledge of not only real estate, but that the value is based on whether or not the properties in Brazos County can be purchased at the rates that are offered. There is a uniform standards of professional appraisal practice, and these are the quality control standards applicable for real property and business valuation appraisals. When appraisal districts, when property owners have conflict with appraisal districts, they can actually identify and contact the online appraisal complaint national hotline, and this helps to establish whether the appraisal is independent or does it comply with the uniform standards of professional appraisal practice. Okay, and the consequences for putting these folks into place, which I'm not saying there shouldn't be people in place, but I'm saying the standards should be completely complied with. But let's go back to August 26, 2025, KBTX, and this was right before the tax rate was set in September. I believe it was September. In a statement, this is a quote from KBTX, in a statement, First Assistant County Auditor Marcy Turner said the county already lost $128 million in appraised values after the 2024 tax rate was set. She added that $1.4 billion property values from prior years is under litigation, which could reduce taxable values by about $112 million. There is currently in the state of Texas much litigation with the ISDs and these bonds, and some of it is, I think, slated for the Supreme Court of Texas. So a couple questions that I have is, where is the certification documentation for these candidates? Where are the conflict of interest statements for these candidates? And then after the November election, I'm on my way to work. I see a sign from BIS. There's no time.
Yeah, I had a timing on here. It got messed up on here, so she hit her 4 minutes. Do you want to have her keep going?
How much time do you have to wrap up?
Oh, I just have, I have 2 more questions.
Please.
Okay, so why are the bond proposal elections consistently in times of lowered voter turnouts? Is this coincidence? Is this systematic? About 50% of the bond proposal was for maintenance. What happened to the COVID money? Where is the operational definition for maintenance? And so I just urge caution when considering these. I don't know if y'all are actually voting for them or not, these folks, but all of them are from the Houston area. All of them have real estate experience in Houston, so.
Ms. Schimick, thank you. I will say this, since the appraisals issue was brought forth with the large number of cases being cleared, we have been meeting regularly with the appraisal district. And I want to be clear that on another statement we made earlier in the year, that the appraisal district is not part of Brazos County.
Right.
Thank you, though.
It looks like there's a lot of management. I don't understand it. I'm not that you don't understand, but that things are made complicated intentionally.
Correct. And we are working through that, and we do understand it, and we thank you. Commissioners, we have a motion and a second on agenda item number 5. Is there any further discussion?
Judge?
Yes.
The court actually needs to allocate the votes that are, there's 484 votes accounted towards Brazos County to split between any number of those 3 candidates. So the court in its discussion needs to allocate those 484 votes and then vote on the resolution approving that.
So we need to take out and vote on agenda item 5A.
So in your current discussion now, you need to discuss how you would like to allocate the 484 votes that the Brazos County has.
So those 3
Towards
candidates,
each- Over 3 of the.
right,
the 3
Brian McGuire,
candidates.
Raul Pendis, and Susan Pessel. We have 484 votes that we can allocate among these 3.
Correct.
If we need to table it, we can table it, but that's what that is 484 votes. And equal distribution of the 3 is what historical, but the court can
Say
entertain.
that one more time for the court.
The equal distribution of the 3, I believe, is what historically is done. That doesn't mean it's what we have to do today, but we got 484 votes among 3 candidates that you're allocating the votes to. I'm not,
Good at math, so you're going to,
I'm good at calculator.
Commissioners, does anybody have a different motion than allocating the 3 votes?
And I would just tell the court, we only have 30 days from the time that the board, the CAD board had their meeting, so that deadline ends tomorrow. We essentially don't have any additional time to push this out any further.
Correct. So motion to table would hinder the progress, so we need to allocate these votes for these 3 individuals.
So,
So two of them, Raul and Susan, are currently on the board. Brian is not.
Mr. McGuire,
Is Raul local? Is he local?
no, these are not.
Mr. McGuire is, correct?
I asked somebody about that.
I'm not positive of that.
I believe so, lives in Indian Lakes, if I'm not mistaken.
Brian McGuire.
Dana, would you please come to the podium and help clarify?
Sure.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Dana Horton. I'm the Chief Appraiser of the Brazos Central Appraisal District. So this vote is for the appointment of a board member for the county's portion of that appointment. The laws changed a little bit at the 2023 legislative session. So now instead of where in the past the county would give us a member, the cities would each give us a member, and the school district would each give us 2 members. That interlocal agreement that was done back in, I believe, 1991 is no longer valid because of the changes that the legislature made at the 2023 legislative session. So now we have candidates, each taxing jurisdiction that's eligible to vote, nominate a candidate, and we have 3 candidates for 2 spots on the Brazos Central Appraisal District Board of Directors, beginning 1/1/26 for a 4-year term. The Commissioners Court and any other taxing jurisdiction can place all of their votes on one candidate or as many votes as they want on each of the candidates. When I get back all of the ballots, I will tally those up. the two members that received the two candidates that received the highest number of votes will be the two members appointed to the board of directors.
Thank you, Dana. Can you address the issue of where the three of these individuals reside?
Mr. Pendus resides in Bryan. Mr. McGuire resides in Bryan too. They're all Brazos County. And Susan Pezel is College Station.
Okay.
She's currently on the board, and Mr. Pendus is currently on the board.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Commissioners, any questions for Dana? Ms. Horton?
May I please bring this to you? I've done research on these three. These are, this woman declares herself a native Houstonian.
What is she saying?
It doesn't matter.
But she
here,
lives
it
here
doesn't matter.
currently.
Yeah, if she lives here, it doesn't matter. Whether she's a native Houstonian or native Estonian,
Right.
makes no difference.
If they're current residents,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, and I believe they have to have lived here for 2 years.
But I will ask why, because I asked this question and I can't remember who, and they never got back. I don't remember them getting back to me. If we're going to vote on people, why don't we have some kind of a bio or something to give us some idea of who?
Yes, ma'am, and
Because I
you
asked that
did
question.
Ask
and-
me about that, and I don't receive anything from, like when I got the nominee from the city of Bryan for Mr. Pendus, I did not receive a bio.
Is there a
These
way
are
to-
appointed, and so, I mean, I can ask for bios in the future, I can certainly do that. You know, like I said, in the past, it was, the city of Bryan had, you know, they had their candidate, and y'all had your candidate, and, you know, it was always kind of, already known scenario. Things are just a little different now with the changes in the legislation.
Judge, I move that we table this until we have,
I don't think we can.
That's
well,
what he's saying. We got-
We cannot do
Oh.
that. I'm going to change the motion in order. I'm privileged enough to say back up, Commissioners Court. We're going to take and consider action on 5A, deliberate and take action on casting Brazos County's allocated votes for candidates to the Brazos Central Appraisal District Board of Directors. Do I have a motion to take that
For
up?
5A.
For
yes.
5A. I have a
to
motion.
approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, how would we like to allocate the votes between these three candidates? I personally do know Brian McGuire as a local man who raised his family here and has a successful businessman and an advocate in the county, and I have the utmost faith in Mr. McGuire. I do not know the other two. I do know that Susan served on the Brazos
Well,
district.
both Raul and Susan are on there now. I would probably vote for someone new,
So do you think Susan and Brian?
someone new. Brian.
But you've got to have two.
No,
Right.
we can
No,
cast all our
just gotta
votes
cast
for
all
one.
or one.
Just gotta have one.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all can place your vote on one or more candidates, so however you want to do it, but
But the end result is one person will be added or two?
the result is two
Two.
people.
Right.
We have two vacant positions.
The
That's
two
what
with the
I'm
most votes.
Gotcha, okay.
From all entities underneath
Oh,
those
okay.
three
Okay.
candidates. So there's a total of
So you say
1,500 votes plus or minus?
Bentley, why are you saying you want someone new?
Yeah, I would move, and I can make that motion if we're at the point to do
Can you
so. I don't
speak
wanna
up?
cut-
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't want to cut off anybody's discussion, and I can make but I'm prepared to make that motion if we're at that point.
I think we're at that point to allocate votes.
Okay, so I move that we put the Brazos County votes, which are
484.
484, for Brian McGuire to be on the
Brazos Central.
Brazos County
Appraisal.
Central Appraisal District Board.
Do we need a second?
second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Moving to agenda item number 5B, approval of resolution 25-021, casting said votes.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor? I had a simultaneous Bentley, Mr. Nettles and Mr. Brown. We
Stereo.
allocated it to Commissioner Brown. Thank you, Commissioner Brown.
Yes, sir.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Thank you for that. And agenda item number 6, request authorization to wire transfer up to $2 million to Health and Human Services Commission for the fiscal year of 2026 Hospital Augmented Reimbursement Program intergovernmental transfer for the benefit of participating hospitals using fund from Brazos County Local Provider Participating Fund.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion?
As always, I'll just mention this is a pass-through budget neutral item.
Thank you, Commissioner Collender. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 7, approval of Marcel Turner as authorized signer for the Title for the IV-E foster care and legal reporting.
Is that our auditor? Okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Did I pronounce it? Did I butcher it?
Marcel.
Marcel Turner
There
as
you go.
authorized signer for
Okay.
Title V.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion?
I just want to congratulate, Axis for, oops, sorry. I'm on the wrong deal. Went ahead.
Go back to sleep.
Go back. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna climb out the window.
We'll
For
be
Marshall.
right to agenda item
Marshall.
8 shortly after we approve number 7, which we have a motion and a second. Commissioners, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Moving to agenda item number 8, approval of the Chapter 312 Economic Development Agreement with Axis Pipe and Tube LLC.
Move for approval.
We have a motion. Commissioners, do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion?
This may sound familiar, but
Commissioner Condola.
I'd like to congratulate Axis, Choo-Choo, your team out there for all the success y'all have had since you've been in Brazos County. Guys, that's a 16-acre under roof. That's the largest steel manufacturer in the continent. And they're expanding jobs here, commerce here, property value here. And I just wish them all the luck in their continued success.
Commissioners, I will say welcome, Jose. It's good to see you. When we embark on economic development, you want to partner with a group that exceeds all expectations, and they continue to do that daily, and we are glad to be in partnership.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Commissioners, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 9, approval of the fiscal and personnel management agreement between Brazos County and the Metropolitan Planning Organization for the period of October 1, 2025 through September 30th, 2028.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Commissioner Watson. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 10, approval requested for purchasing department to pay invoice number 1200495 to Tom Green for Brazos County Courthouse Annex commissioning services with fiscal year 26 funds.
Move for approval.
Second.
The motion is second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 11, approval of deductive change order to CIP 25-606 Brazos Center parking lot repair with Larry Young Paving in the amount of $258.22 for unused contingency.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 12, approval of CIP number 26-519, Public Safety Camera System with Flock Group Incorporated in the amount of $75,985.80.
Move for approval.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second, I guess. I was waiting for Bentley. He's been a Flock supporter.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Brown.
Judge, I've got a problem with that, and let me tell you what it is. I talked with Charles this morning. I think Charles is back there in the cry room. Yeah, there he is. And this, I asked him where the bid sheets were on this, and there aren't any bid sheets, because they went through the Education Service Center in Austin through their buy board. Is that correct, Charles? You're shaking your head, or? Let me be the first
Charles
to say,
went.
I have never trusted an education service center. The whole time I was in the legislature, I don't know if you had that feeling, but I did, because I thought, if they're involved in our county business, there's a kickback that somebody's getting. They're getting a commission off of this if they go through us. And my question was, Charles, why can't we just go straight out to bid on things like this instead of going to buy boards? Buy boards are not always the best deal.
That certainly is an option. The educational service centers have purchasing co-ops that the county and cities and other governmental entities typically utilize. They do this solicitation because they handle it for a large number of customers, whether, again, any of those range of entities, and it allows us economies of scale in some instances and saves us on the administrative side. And it has a large number of companies that, for this instance, the Sheriff's Department is able to utilize that contract to get exactly what they're needing. So it's on the Omnia contract, it's not by board. And I can't remember, I think they may be in the Dallas area. I'll have to verify that, and I'll get back to you. I apologize, I didn't have that information here for you this morning.
Kickback was probably a wrong word, but a commission is not a wrong word. And I saw that in a number of cases when we would delve deep into the education service centers across the state when I was in the legislature. So I always look at this with the jaundiced eye, that why are we paying them extra money when we could be saving that money for the citizens of Brazos County? So hopefully in the future, if this comes up, then you'll know what our thoughts are.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
So getting around the kickback, if you're
Commissioner
saying
Watson.
economies of scale, doesn't that mean because you're sort of buying in bulk? If I remember when they first introduced Flock to us at some of the conferences, the issue was buying them in bulk in a way that reduces the cost per county, because Brazos County is urban, but there are smaller counties who can't afford it. So if we're buying it through that co-op, I'll call it, if we're buying it through that helps reduce the cost somewhat?
In some ways, and I am not aware, kickback connotates a very negative
Exactly.
Well, that's why I changed that.
implication.
Yeah, because it can be somewhat disparaging.
I think they call it administrative fees, and that is to pay, I'll leave that to your interpretation, but that is to pay for the people, the purchasing people, the audits, the lawyers to write the contract, stuff like that, that actually do the work. And so of that, it is a very small fee. I think some of them could charge like a 1% or 1.5% administrative fee for any purchases that are done from their cooperative. And so those fees are very, very, very small. At the end of the year, they run all their expenses and all. They determine what overhead they needed, and then they offset that. And then some of them, for instance, buy board, they give a rebate to the entities based on the percentage of purchases that you made through that cooperative. We had ours recently. I can't remember what it was. It's a couple $1,000. What it is that the entities get to enjoy based on the throughput of purchases that they made to that cooperative. Omnia, I think, maybe has a small similar type of program. We typically try to figure in when we're evaluating these, in the event that it's not a unique or a sole source type of purchase. When there are comparables, we try to source those from the other co-ops, and we pit them against each other, and we take typically the lowest one for that. Right. Some of these are unique systems. I don't know how many competitors there are to Flock, but I would say that if the Sheriff's Department comes and says, hey, this has unique features to it, the software does these things that somebody else doesn't, it may be similar but not exact, and it's a legal purchase, then we bring them forward to the court for your consideration and either approval or direction to go back and relook at it again.
And that's what happened here. You worked with the Sheriff's Office to come up with this ultimate thing that's before us now, working with Flock Note, and it's fully budgeted in the Sheriff's Office budget by the way.
It was one of the capital projects that
Right.
the court approved.
But this is
Yes, sir.
working with whoever you worked with in the SO to come to this point, to find this vendor as the option that they would like. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We do purchasing, I don't have a clue what we need, guys. I mean, we rely on our experts at
Right.
tax office, sheriff's department, any of our wonderful departments, and they work very diligently to tell us exactly what they need, the bits, pieces, components, capabilities, functionality, to do that. So they do all the hard work, and then we do the last bit of plowing to get to the end of the field.
But Charles, you know as well as anybody does, that anytime we go through a buy board, you have to ask yourself the question, is there a better price out there that we don't know about because we're not going out for bids? So.
I don't disagree with that, Commissioner. I really don't. It comes back to our oft-visited, at what do we bid out everything, or do we try to utilize some of these efficiencies with the co-ops or with renewals or what have you? And so this is one of the tools in our toolbox. We try to utilize it as little as possible, but it is an efficiency that we do use.
Thank you, Mr. Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Went, thank you so much. I just want to remind the court and the viewers that the flock system, we all voted on unanimously in the budget. It is, and we work with the City of Bryan and City of College Station that enables us to view, and the Sheriff's Department to view multiple cameras countywide and statewide and countrywide. So if we have an issue, they are on top of it. We toured the Sheriff's SO department where these flock cameras will be viewed, and it's pretty amazing, and we all agreed through summer conferences we saw what flock can do to keep this community safe, and we're glad to make sure that sheriff has that opportunity with our other police departments in the county. So
And Judge, I'm not disputing the fact. I think flock is the best for us, absolutely the best. My only question is how we get there, and that's what I hope we look at in the future.
Absolutely, I concur. Commissioners, we have a motion and a second on agenda item number 12. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 13, permission to advertise RFP number CIP 26-532, Road and Bridge Office Building renovations.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nettles and a second by Commissioner Conderla, I believe. Commissioners, any discussion?
Yeah, that building needed to be redone about 10 years ago. So I'm glad we're finally going to start addressing it.
Possibly 15.
Yep.
Commissioners, any further discussion?
Second.
Nope, I'm just glad we're moving forward.
There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 14, approval of the following evaluation committee for RFP number 26-532, Road and Bridge Office Building renovations.
Move to approve A through E.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 15, consider and take action on the Comcast utility permit to install fiber optic conduit with the right-of-way of Old Reliance Road to provide internet services. Site is located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 16, consider and take action on the FiberLight utility permit to install 2 fiber optic conduits with the right-of-way of Fickey Road to Service Cellular Tower. Site is also located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 17, consider and take action on the Wixon Creek SUD utility permit to construct a road bore at 13877 Farrell Creek Road to provide water services. Site is located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Commissioner Brown. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 18, consider and take action on the wildfire energy utility permit to lay 9,600 feet of temporary 12-inch polyurethane water line within the right-of-way of Jack Creek Road, along with 2 road crossings. Site is located in Precinct 2.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Commissioner Watson. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Agenda item number 19, consider and take action on the Comcast utility permit to directional bore fiber optic conduit within the right-of-way and construct road bores under the following county roads in precinct 4, A. Mumford Road and B. Keystone Drive.
Move for approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second from Commissioner Condola. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Number 20, Commissioners Court minutes for the following dates.
Move for approval A through F.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion on the minutes?
So I just point out that this was the first month we went to 2 commissioner meetings, and we had 6.
And we what?
And we had 6.
Well, some of them were workshops.
Yeah, then we had special called sessions.
Yeah.
We had special call sessions, so.
2 regular meetings,
So all of
2
any-
workshops,
yes.
2 special called sessions,
That's why we have 6.
and a partridge and a pear tree.
One.
Duly noted. Commissioners, any further discussion on agenda item number 20? We have a motion and a second. There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Moving to agenda item number 21, budget amendments. Fiscal year 25-26 budget amendment 6.01-6.02.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Brown has a comment, as we do have citizen input. Commissioner Brown.
Chingalingum, I've got a big problem with this. Obligated funds for future land purchase, $134,592. This is taxpayer money. They're in a really nice facility. Why do they need $134,592 for additional land purchase?
Well, the director of the Brazos Appraisal District just happens to be here. Ms. Horton, would you please come forward and help the court understand this
Yes, sir.
agenda item?
You can't buy much for $134,000 anymore.
No, sir.
But why aren't we giving this back to the citizens?
So
Or give it back to the county, or give it back to somebody other than y'all?
typically we do. Every year we do, oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Every year we do refund back to the taxing jurisdictions the funds that are left from the budget of the previous year. The 2024 audit, when it was done, they do that, of course, in 2025, it showed these excess funds. Part of it, the $187,500, was budgeted in the 2024 budget. So those monies now need to be paid out for that homestead audit that's now been completed. The $250,000 amount is the board, and our board of directors, it's a board of 9 members. There are 5 of them that are appointed by the taxing jurisdictions themselves. 3 of them are appointed by, elected by the public, and then there's the tax assessor collector. When we had our meeting in October and we were discussing our software, we actually have been discussing our software most of the year. The software that we have, the computer automated mass appraisal software that we've had since 2008. It's a very good program, but it definitely needs some enhancements. We looked at potential enhancements or moving to a completely different software service, which would be upwards of $1 million. So we had the opportunity to participate in an upgrade of our current software. And so that is a $250,000 cost for that.
Yeah, and I'm not questioning that. All I'm questioning is the $134,000 for future land purchase.
Right, I was just kind of going through the whole
Why don't you
spiel,
give that
Commissioner
back
Brown.
to us as a Christmas present? Because you really don't need it. I mean, I've been out to your place many times, always disputing my property values, of
Yes,
course.
sir.
And what are you gonna buy for $134,000?
And honestly, Commissioner Brown, that verbiage that I put in y'all's letter, it is really incorrect. It really should be future expansion. When we had the meeting in October and the board of directors, I was talking to them about these other 2 resolutions that they did. The board said, could we look at putting that in contingency for future expansion? Because it's one of the things I've talked about. We're running out of space. We have our our appraisal review board rooms, which are full all summer long, I don't have enough room for my staff as I need to continue to grow the office, to grow with the county. So when we had that discussion, and that part, Commissioner Brown, has not been approved yet. That will be presented to them at Thursday's board meeting. But when we had that,
Why don't you talk to them about giving that back to us?
I certainly
You know,
will. I will certainly
If I
talk to
had
them
my
about
way, I'd totally defund y'all, but that's not gonna happen because I know what the state says. But it'd be nice if you just give that back to us and we can put this off till, some other year.
Okay.
It'd be nice to have that back.
the 134,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I won't complain about anything else except that.
I will let them know that at the meeting on Thursday.
Okay.
And then I can get back with y'all to let you know what their
Just
decision
bring us a
was.
check.
And just know that I disagree with
Well-
that. I disagree with that.
Well, of
His
course.
his recommendation to do that, because that's been the problem in the county. We're constantly playing catch-up with how we grow the county. As you just said, the county is growing. The need for resources, facilities, whatever it is, then we come back and all of a sudden we're saying, okay, you're having to come back and say, okay, now we need 134, we need 150,000, because we handed the money back to you. Then by next year, if your staff is already growing, regardless of him wanting to defund you, the reality of it is the state says we got to do this. Therefore, we need to provide you with the resources and the facilities for you to do your job, even if we don't like the job that you do.
Thank
I mean,
you,
it's just the
Commissioner. I
reality
appreciate
of it.
that.
We've got to be more proactive in how we manage the resources of this, in my opinion, the resources of the county and the services that are provided. And therefore, just wholesale saying, I want to hand it back because I don't like the fact that we're spending money, doesn't solve the problem.
Yes, ma'am.
And the resources that we need to be able to take care of this whole county. Because contrary to what people believe, they want services. We have to provide the services. We may not like some of the services. Like I said, I know you probably know you're the most unpopular person in the county, but nonetheless, the reality of it is you are required to provide a service to the county as best you can. Like I said, it's not popular. Nobody wants to pay taxes, but we have to.
Yes, ma'am.
So I disagree
I
with
appreciate that.
Commissioner Brown.
So,
But we're still friends anyway, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
so I
Commissioner
applaud,
Nettles.
yeah, I applaud y'all's action to upgrade your software. I'm a firm believer of a smarter, smaller government. So I would hope that after you upgraded that, you would do an assessment to see if you still needed that additional staff, because as AI impacts our technological workforce, there are things that we won't need people to do anymore. You'll still have to govern it. You'll still have to make sure it's done.
Yes, sir.
But it will definitely be a workforce multiplier for all government agencies that take advantage of it. So I'm hoping that that software upgrade incorporates some form of AI enhancement.
And yes, sir. And it does. And we will definitely look at that as we move forward.
Ms. Horton, thank you. Please stay close. We do
Yes,
have
sir.
a citizen comment. The court now calls Kathy Veens. Ms. Veens, thank you for being here. Please state your name, where you reside.
Judge, Commissioners, I have some documents that I would like to provide and allow you to review as I read my comments. Kathy Veens, Precinct 4. I thought I got 4 minutes and starting at 3:40. Thank you. I am asking the court today to have this budget amendment be tabled for further examination. If you read the documents included in the hyperlink in this agenda item 21, then you will know that the Central Appraisal District, as seen on page 4, had, quote, collected $572,092 in excess revenue from the taxing jurisdictions. You also know that that excess revenue is not the same as an allotment. You have seen the letter dated December 1, quoting pertinent state property tax code, which references section 6.06J, and that reads, quote, the total amount of payments made or due to be made by the taxing units participating in an appraisal district exceeds the amount actually spent or obligated to be spent during the fiscal year for the payments made, the chief appraiser shall, not may, but shall, credit the excess amount against each taxing unit's allocated payments for the following year in proportion to the amount of each unit's budget allocation for the fiscal year for which the payments were made, unquote. Additionally, there exists the issue regarding timing. Attached to this budget amendment, you should have noticed that the invoice for the audit of homesteaders is dated October 6th, but the vote to spend that money did not occur until October 16th. And incidentally, as a side note, I would like to say, I think it's an audacious move for the CAD to over-collect tax revenue and then turn around and audit the homestead exemptions. I feel like that's a huge insult to the populace. If you had any curiosity, you may have gone to the CAD website and pulled up a copy of the minutes dated October 16th. I would surmise that none of you have done so, so I provided a copy for you to review. The pertinent facts are these. The audit results, fiscal 2024, were released in August of 25. This audit lists the revenue excess of $572,092 under the category of liability due to other governments. The vote to spend the excess revenue was taken on October 16th. However, the invoice for the homestead audit was billed on October 6th. The minutes from October 16 indicate that legal counsel would be consulted about the usage of these funds, but no such legal opinion was issued by the CAD attorneys, and therefore the vote should not have taken effect until a legal opinion was rendered. I hereby request that the court review the legal ramifications of approving this amendment.
Thank you, Ms. Beans.
Do you have any questions for me?
Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Beans? There being none, thank you so much. The court now calls Ms. Payne, who is glad to bring some clarity to this issue.
Nina Payne with the budget officer. If this item ends up to be tabled, there's a statute that says we do have to make payment at the end of this year. Since we do not have regular commissioners court every week or every other week, starting January 6th, we will be penalized for that action. I just want to keep that in mind.
Make payment to?
The CAD.
Thank you. And just to be clear from Ms. Horton's comments, the wording should have been to put in contingency, not to purchase property? Is that correct?
But what's being included in this amendment is changing not just the land purchase, but it's the audit costs and it's the software costs, and those things should have been included in a budget and not used as overage, excess funds used. It's the law that says excess funds have to be refunded to the jurisdictions.
I think we have a different.
It's in the letter. It's in the documentation that you provided to the public in the agenda today.
Mrs. Payne.
This information came from the appraisal district, not the county, so it's their backup. Number two, the excess funds is going to be unspent funds from the CAD, which it could be health insurance, it could be payroll, whatever items were not spent during that year. In the past, we have been reimbursed from the CAD every single year. This year is just an anomaly. So
thank you, Ms. Payne, for that clarification. Commissioners, we have a motion and a second on agenda item 21.
May I make one other comment?
Mrs. Veens, I would, if you will kindly take a seat real quick, let me ask the Commissioners Court where they want to go with this, and then we will bring you right back up. Is that okay? Yes. Commissioners, so we have a motion and a second on agenda item number 21. We have fiscal implications on meeting requirements to pay these invoices. Once again, this came from the Brazos Appraisal District, not Brazos County. Is there any further discussion, and would anybody like to call Ms. Veens back up?
So we have a special session scheduled the 31st or the 30th.
30th.
Could it be added to that?
It has to be a regular session.
Okay.
Can we call a regular session for the 30th?
We have already called a special for December 30th, correct?
Yeah, we workshop at 9. Could we do, can we call this far out? Can we call a regular session? Put this on that regular session agenda. It might be a short regular session. I don't know the answer. I'm asking.
It does not appear to be so.
Okay.
But
But we don't have a workshop on the 30th. 30th?
Don't have a workshop.
Don't have a workshop.
special called session,
Oh, okay.
to be clear. The difference between special called session workshops and regular court commission dates. We will put those definitions out for the public to make sure we're all aware. Mrs. Veens, I will allow you to come up for 1 minute.
I just wanted to make a point about the July meetings of the CAD, which if you all had looked up their meetings to which all this is referring to, you would have seen that it was discussed and noted that moving forward from July, the allotment funds would no longer be returned to the entities by check, which by inference is up until that point, all excess funds were returned, and from that point forward, they would be credited to the following year. So the history of the CAD has been to issue these refunds back to the taxing jurisdictions. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to point out once again, since taking this acting role and starting in July, that is when we began meeting with the appraisal district regularly because of similar concerns from this dais. And we continue to do that, and we'll continue to do a better job as we go forward because it is of the utmost importance. I concur and agree with your statements. Commissioners, agenda item number 21, further discussion, Commissioner Nettles.
Since we have the appraiser here, have the other partners in this approved the budget on request?
Ms. Horton, will you come forward to the mic, please, for recording and our viewing audience?
I have not received any feedback from any other taxing jurisdiction. So therefore, if I receive no feedback, it's been approved.
Okay.
Any questions for Ms. Horton?
No.
There being none. Commissioner Nettles, thank you for that clarification.
Thank you, Commissioners.
So agenda item number 21, we have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same
Aye.
sign. Motion prevails. Agenda item number 22, personal change of status.
Move for approval?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Agenda item number 23, payment of claims.
Move for approval?
Second?
We have a motion and a second by Commissioner Watson. Commissioners, any discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same side. The ayes have it. We will skip over agenda item number 24 and 25. Moving to agenda item number 26, acknowledgement of monthly reports submitted in December 2025. Agenda item number 27, acknowledgement of the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget to actuals by fund as of December 8th, 2025. The acknowledgement of the fiscal year 2025 to 2026 contingency budget to actuals by fund as of December 8th, 2025. Agenda item number 28, monthly report from Juvenile Service Department. Linda, thank you for being here today.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. For those of you who don't really know what Juvenile Services does, I just want to give a brief statement. The Brazos County Juvenile Services works with juveniles that have broken the law in some way. We operate a complete juvenile justice center with the court, an 80-bed detention center, administration, which includes our probation staff and our counselors, and Academy School on the property at Highway 21 West. At this location, we have a court referee, but if the juveniles decline to have the referee hear their case, they're transported to the courthouse to the 472nd District Court, which is Judge Wise. At the present time, we have 191 juveniles on probation in the community. 15 of those are in residential treatment programs. So I'm sorry, take that 15 off because they're in residential treatment. Sorry. We have 89 juveniles on pre-court monitoring waiting to go to court for disposition. Those juveniles under court order also receive counseling services without cost with one of our 5 licensed counselors within the department. At the present time, we have 50 juveniles in individual counseling in the community. There are 14 juveniles assigned to our anger management group and 9 in our substance treatment group, which start in January. These programs are all facilitated by our counseling unit. Those in detention receive crisis counseling services and work in group therapy. They are also assigned to other programs, which I will discuss more in depth at a later meeting. We presently have 30 juveniles in detention. We have 31 on electronic monitor, and we had 1 juvenile graduate from high school on December 8th.
Congratulations.
54 families are being served by the Mash Toy Drive, so we'll be taking out gifts for them. I don't know how many children are in each family, so I'll have to get that after they finish that. We also are being provided stockings for all our juveniles in detention by the Bethune Women's Club. And I can't remember what, it's number 9. But anyway, really appreciate that. They're stuffing all the stockings because these are juveniles. And so we do try to provide socks and different things like that in stockings so that they'll have something for Christmas.
Linda, thank you.
Any
Commissioners,
questions?
any questions for Linda? Linda, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Linda.
Agenda item number 29, monthly report from the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Wayne Dickey, thank you for being here, Sheriff.
Good morning, Judge,
Good morning.
Commissioners. Good to see y'all today. Last month, the average daily population of the Brazos County Detention Center was 732, made up of 623 men and 108 women. We booked 797 people in November. For the law enforcement side of the office, we were dispatched to 925 calls and had 2,408 self-initiated calls.
I'm sorry, what was the, what were?
2,408 self-initiated calls.
Self-initiated, okay. What does that mean?
It could range anything from a traffic stop to seeing a suspicious vehicle and making a stop of that, or contacting somebody under suspicious circumstances where the deputy initiated the action without being dispatched.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sheriff, thank you. Commissioners, any further questions?
Thank you, Sheriff.
Agenda item number 30, announcements of interest items and possible future agenda topics. Commissioner Nettles.
I would just ask for everybody to keep Judge Kenny Elliott and his family in your prayers. They're facing some difficult issues, and this time of year.
I can't, I'm sorry, because I sit under this air conditioning vent, I know I sound like a grumpy old lady, but
How's that?
much better.
Okay, sorry. I would just ask keep Judge Kenny Elliott and his family in your prayers. They're facing really difficult issues, medical issues, and at this time of year, it makes it twice as difficult. I'd also like to do a shout out to my bride. This is our anniversary, and she stayed with me all this time, and I thank her for allowing me to serve the members of Brazos County. And finally, I'd like for us to consider bringing in our board members for the Central Appraisal District to give a monthly update on what's happening over there to the court. So, that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Nettles. Commissioner Conderla.
So is this our last chance to embarrass Bruce in a meeting before he? No. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You got time to plan.
You're gonna be here? You gonna be here?
January 9th is the day.
That's an attorney answer. Will you be here? All right, we'll let him ride this time. Okay. Just if you could, all of us, as we prepare for Christmas, just as we can best possibly, pardon me? Okay. Best possibly get our minds toward our family, our friends, those that maybe need us in their life, those that maybe are alone as well, those in nursing homes. That's something that we try to do each year. That, gosh, it's just so well received. Right here in this community, there's so many people that are neglected in our elderly population in nursing homes. If you could, just make it a point to do something to honor God as you prepare for Christmas in one of those activities, and pray for peace in our world, the anti-Semitic violence that's going on in our world, the mass shootings, all the evil that's in the world. God came to deliver us from all of these things. No matter any of our views or disagreements, let's join each other in prayer that we might have peace in our world and reach out to those that might need you.
Thank you, Commissioner Connor. Commissioner Brown.
I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you next year.
Commissioner Watson.
Right, and I want to encourage everybody. I am typically not one who likes to watch myself on being videoed, but our Twas the Night Before Christmas video, if you haven't seen it,
Yes.
I encourage you to go out and look at it. I think as commissioners, and Ken, I forgot Ken's last name. Ken did a phenomenal job. Our
yes.
PR department, Barbara and Ken, are just phenomenal. And so I think in the spirit of Christmas, it just kind of gives you, in my opinion, the warm fuzzy. So I guess we're getting ready to show it.
Well, Commissioner Watson, yes, you took all my
I'm sorry.
fun
I just
away
dawned on-
to
I'm sorry.
wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
As
But
he
I
told
will,
me, yeah, it's
if you're done, are you?
pretty awesome. You told me it was pretty awesome, so I just wanted to promote it.
Well, you did a fabulous job. Before I get there, I will say this. I want to thank Michelle. Thank you for coming. Ken did fix the website, so I would encourage you to put in your address so you can find who represents you up here on this dais. For the question about election and election integrity, I reach out to Miss Wiley often, and she is one of the best sounding boards and always takes my call, and I am very much appreciative of that. For those of you that are sports nuts, Aggie volleyball team in the Final Four, and we have a little football game with Miami this weekend, so enjoy your Aggie sports. But from our heart and our passion and service that we give to this community, we will entertain you before we adjourn to executive session with "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Cue video.
Take the lights down. Can you turn this on?
"'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter.
Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave luster of midday to objects below.
When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
The little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came. He whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen.
To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky.
So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof.
As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot.
and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot.
A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth. The smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself.
A wink of his eyes and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle. Away they all flew like the down of a thistle.
But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight,
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Good job, Ken.
The end.
Merry Christmas to everybody. We look forward to seeing you on the 30th, or did we? Yes,
Special
on the
call session
30th,
on 30th.
if you are so bored before the new year. At this time, it is 11:32, and the Brazos County Commissioners Court will convene an executive session. Cue the white noise. For executive session, A, Texas Government Code 551.0725, contract negotiation. We'll need Aubrey, Ed, Bruce, and Nina. Executive session B, Texas Government Code 551.0725, contract negotiation. Aubrey, Ed, Bruce, and Nina. C, Texas Government Code 551.072, real property, Aubrey, Ed, Bruce, Joe Salvato. And D, Texas Government Code 551.087, economic development negotiations, Aubrey, Ed, Bruce, Kimberly. Ed.
Judge, in this case, we will not need B or D, so no second contract or economic development. However, for A, I did tender an opinion to the court that it would be detrimental to the county's position if the court deliberated this in open session. I need the court to vote on it. It need to be unanimous in order to go into executive session.
Absolutely.
So moved.
Commissioners, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. It is now 11:33, and the Brazos County Commissioners Court will convene an executive session. It is 11:57 and the Brazos County Commissioners Court is back in regular session. There is no action to be considered after executive session. Commissioners, any further discussion or comments?
Just signatures.
Just a long pause. There being none, it is 11:57 and 40 seconds, and December 16th, 2025, the Brazos County Commissioners Court is now adjourned.